Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
Right now, Lithia Ford of Boise is buying used vehicles. How much you want for the SUV?
I don't know.
Well, Lithia Ford will give you more than that.
How much more?
More than you think.
I'm not thinking anything.
I'm thinking you might get even more than that. See how much more you can get at Lithia Ford of Boise.
When it comes to concrete, we've got you covered. Rowpaint.com offers custom concrete coating services for your garage, business, warehouse, and more. And we do it in one day. We are your complete concrete coatings solution.
It's time for the Lithia Ford of Boise postgame show from Bronco Nation News. We're breaking down the game with highlights, interviews, analysis, and most importantly, you. Give your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat or Facebook comments, and we'll include the best ones on the show. Check out LithiaFordBoise.com to view their full inventory of vehicles, or check them out at 8853 West Fairview in Boise. Now let's head out and join BJ Rains for the Lithia Ford of Boise post-game show from Bronco Nation News.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? Wow, how about that win for the Broncos, 57-52. Coach Leon Rice going to join us here in a couple of minutes. He's going to shoot his radio interview with Bob and Dave. Get your comments in, get your thoughts in. How's that one feel? Boise State gets their fourth top 65 Ken win already. They've won 7 in a row, 8-2 on the season. Just incredible game for Boise State. They led pretty much the whole second half up at 7 at halftime. It got dicey there towards the end of the game. And wow, for Boise State, see the team rank is low. Is that better, guys? Let's turn that up a little bit. Is that better? Check, check, check. Let's see if we're online. Is that a little better? Is that a little better? Let's try that right here. Let's see here. All right, we'll see if that's a little bit better. That's fine. You can go there. All right, sorry about that, guys. We're juggling some things here. Going to get some players lined up shortly for you. Hopefully that's a little better. Sorry about that. It shouldn't be bad on the – I gave my headset to the players, so we'll have to figure that out here in a second. But get your thoughts in, get your comments in, let us know. Boise State wins this one 57-52. Chibuzo Agbo hit some huge shots in the second half. Just was super impressed with what he did. And obviously for down the stretch there, a couple of the big threes. Free throws, obviously an issue there for Marcus Shaver Jr. He was battling a couple of injuries from what I'm told, so we'll have to wait and see if anybody will confirm that. But he tried to gut it out there, but he struggled at the free throw line. He was 3 of 8. He missed 3 of 4 there down the stretch. So, you gave him a chance there. He missed both free throws. There was like 10 seconds left. SLU tried to come down and shoot a 3, but they were unable to get it to go. They fouled a couple times, and Max Rice hit some huge free throws to seal the game. So, yeah, R.J. Keene is undefeated on the pregame show. We may have to talk to Coach Rice about that for the next game. But certainly huge win for Boise State. Coach Rice is going to join us here in a couple of minutes. And, again, get your thoughts in, your comments. Yuri Collins made him turn the ball over, Nathaniel said. 8 turnovers for Yuri Collins and only 4 assists. Thanks to our sponsors, by the way, Lithia Ford of Boise. Go get one of their vehicles. That's what the Rains family did. We appreciate them. Our title sponsor here, Idaho Central Credit Union as well. Rowpaint.com, our title sponsor. So we're having fun here on as Coach Rice is going to join us in a minute. Get your thoughts in, get your questions in. We'll try to throw some of them at Coach Rice if we get a minute. But just an incredible win for Boise State. They're going to be heading back on the charter tonight. 7 wins in a row, 8-2 on the season, and very happy Coach Leon Rice going to join us here as he sits down and puts the headset on. Coach has a couple interviews to do, but I'm sure he's a little happier after a result like that. Coach Rice, we appreciate your time here courtside. Congratulations. You wanted that first road atmosphere and see how your guys would respond, and down the stretch they certainly did.
It's a little loud right here.
Oh, boy,
is it ever loud. I can't even put it on.
All right, I'll turn you down a little bit there. Is that better?
Yeah, that's way better. No, BJ, I always like it that you get to see what I see right up close and personal, because this atmosphere was great. This was, like I told these guys, a high-level Mountain West atmosphere. I mean, there was probably 10,000 people in attendance tonight, and they were loud, and we played a great team. And this is a team that I think is going to win the A-10. Nobody's won here, and I don't think many will get out of here with a win. And but our guys just did a great job. Credit to the staff for putting together another great game plan for these guys. But again, it all goes back to them being able to go out and execute it. We threw some different things at Yuri because, it's like a quarterback. You can't let him just see the same looks all night because he figures it out. He's too good a player. And, 3 different guys guarded him. And, we switched to Naj guarding him at the end with the little size. Jace guarded him and tried to deny him as much as we could, and then Shave started out on him, and then, credit Max he took Jimerson and basically took him out of the game. He had 4 points, 2 for 11, 0 for 5. And that's huge because that kid, if you let him have any air, he's making it. That kid I know Travis and these guys, and they think he's maybe the best shooter in the country. And he's not far from it if he's certainly in the conversation. And Max didn't let him have any clean looks.
The pace, a little slower pace, obviously lower scoring. I mean, was that kind of what you were thinking it might be or wanting in this game? Or
well, we've got 4 guys that were in a lot of these games last year, and I didn't. When these guys get stops, and I'm talking about St. Louis, when they get stops and start running, oh boy, are they dangerous. So yeah, we wanted to keep them on defense a little bit and weather some storms because you heard how loud it got in here when there were some storms. Yep. And so, I wanted to manage that with my timeouts. I wanted to manage that with not letting them, if they did get one run out or one dunk, you just calm down and take a deep breath and make them defend us a little bit.
How do you think they handled the atmosphere down the stretch? About 5 minutes ago, there were some big buckets, and it was kind of reminded what we talked about. It felt like it was caving in. You look up, you're still winning.
Yes, and that's what we had talked about with the guys is that, sometimes – whether it's real or perceived, it feels like it's caving in, but it's not. Just when you look up and, oh, good, we're still up 5 or we're still up. They hit some big shots and they, credit St. Louis, they responded. They're a good team. I knew we wouldn't knock them out with the first punch, the second punch, third punch. It was going to take a lot of punches. And so, we had to just keep punching.
Mo Silla had some big minutes off the bench. I know fans are all pumped to see him come in there, and you had to be encouraged what you saw from Big Mo.
Huge. And, you just never know. I mean, some of it is, I always tell these guys, I'm not going to be perfect in figuring out when you play and when not to play. And you just got to keep doing what you do and keep getting better. And that's what Mo's done. And, it was hard for him at first. And then he just got his attitude just terrific. And then the minutes followed his attitude. And that's the message to all these guys is your attitude has to be great before your play is going to be great. And that's what he got great. And he wants to help this team, and he certainly did tonight because without him, Akuro gets 10 offensive boards.
What would you make of that stretch where you guys were up in the final minute, and then, Marcus did miss both free throws. There's 10 seconds left. It's kind of a scramble, and they got an open look, but obviously it didn't fall. I mean, what was just your had to be a little nervous watching that to kind of play out there on the sideline?
Oh, absolutely. That like I said, I think that's where our experience helped us. We've been in a million of those where we had to get stops. We won against San Diego State 2 times where we had to get stops.
Yeah.
One at their place, one in the championship of the Mountain West tournament.
Yeah.
And we did it. And earlier in the year, we had one of these where we had to get a stop and we didn't do it. So growth. That's what this team's all about. And that's what we're doing. We're getting better and better every time out. This certainly helps us get better because of the atmosphere you had to play against. Again, like I said, against this good of a team. And to come in here and get that done, it's pretty good. And then, I think it's going to be their number will get better and better. I'm picking them to win the A-10.
Yeah.
And, they got a great coaching staff. They're going to get their stuff right. And again, this was a 2-minute game, and we won the last 2 minutes. If you played it 10 times, who knows? But I do know our defense was great down the stretch.
Well, final thing, Coach. I mean, to look at the wins you have already at this point in the season, to be 8-2, 7 in a row now. You got 4 top, 65 Ken Palm wins already. I mean,
crazy,
you talked about how hard you scheduled and how tough it was going to be, and you look up and you've weathered the storm pretty darn good to this point. I mean, I'm sure it's going to be a pretty fun charter flight back tonight.
Well, it does make it a lot better, no doubt about it. And but I'm just really proud of our guys. And, now we got to beat travel again and get home, and then the next game comes fast and furious. So, and then we got to compete in finals. We got a lot ahead of us. But first things first, we enjoy this win tonight. And like I said, really proud of our guys.
You picked up a big win in one of the best cities in the world. So congratulations on the win, Coach. Safe travels back. And
I don't put it anywhere close to Boise. Come on now. Not even close.
Appreciate it, Coach. Congrats on the win.
You're a little biased. Now, I do love the Cardinals, but you're a little biased on that other stuff.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. There he is, Leon Rice, after Boise State wins this one 57-52. Chibuzo Agbo going to sit down. Let me know if the sound's okay. We're hopefully the sound's sounding okay. We're going to go right to Mr. Chibuzo Agbo. Congratulations on the win, man. Obviously a big-time environment, atmosphere. I know you're familiar with that, obviously, at Texas Tech, going into Fog Allen and some of those places. But what was it like tonight? And second half, man, it got tight there, and the crowd was getting into it, and you guys were able to hang on for the win.
Oh, it was really good. We didn't back down when things weren't going our way. We stuck together, and we pulled it out.
What was it like for you tonight, man? It seemed like you wanted to rise up and take some big shots in this game, and you hit a lot of them.
All right. My shot just started feeling good, and I just decided to start letting them go, and something fell for me. So I was working out.
What is it about just your size and the way you shoot the ball? A guy can be right up on you, and it doesn't seem like they have much chance to block it.
Honestly, we have a lot of great players, so I shouldn't shoot the ball, every time. But it doesn't feel like there's a lot of times when I shoot the ball where it's contested, even if it looks like it.
What does it say about this team just to come on the road here and, like I said, in this atmosphere and pick up another monster win?
Right. It says a lot about us. Like I said, this is our first real road game and in a hostile environment with a lot of energy, and I think we did well with it.
What'd you think of Big Mo coming in off the bench?
Mo was grabbing every board, and we needed that. That was big time.
You just think about how the game went, and obviously both teams started off really slow. It was kind of a lower pace, lower scoring game. You guys like to score a little more, get up and down, but when it comes down to it, do you guys feel like you're a defensive team that can make stops and win these kind of uglier, lower scoring games?
100%. I think we can get stops, and I think we showed that today. Towards the end when things were on the line, we started getting stops and we started just hunkering down. Yuri Collins, I know you weren't guarding him a ton, but obviously you guys, there was a lot of talk on him, and I know he had 17 points, but 8 turnovers. How were you guys able to frustrate him a little bit? That was a scouting report. Our coaching staff had us well prepared, knowing that he drives to pass to other guys and get those assists. So we knew that, and we just stayed on our guys when he was driving, and he got in the air a little bit and had a couple turnovers.
When you came here, I've asked you this before, but when you decided to come here, was this kind of what you envisioned, like being able to hit some huge shots and be part of a team that's doing something here?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. Came here to win, and so far that's what we're doing.
Well, I guess final thing, just to look at where you're at, 7 wins in a row now, 8-2 on the season. I'm sure it's going to be a fun flight home tonight, but how much momentum you guys got right now?
Oh, we got a lot of momentum. Who do we have next? Oakland, Santa Clara. I think we're going to go into those games with a lot of confidence. And just keep playing well.
Well, hey, man, safe travels back. Appreciate the win, and we'll see you Tuesday night, man.
Yes, sir. Thanks, BJ.
Appreciate it, man. There he is, Chibuzo Agbo, after a big win for Boise State. We're going to have Max Rice join us here in just a second, as well as we keep it rolling here on the Lithia Florida Boise postgame show. RealPaint.com, ICC, all of our great sponsors. We appreciate them. Again, 57-52. Boise State picks up a big road win here in St. Louis, and we'll keep the interviews and live content coming here with Max Rice. Max, appreciate your time, man. How's that one feel?
It feels great, BJ. First of all, that win goes out to you since this is your hometown. And I think that win will be really good for us looking back on it in March. So
SLU's a darn good team too, man. I know maybe it was a little uglier, lower scoring type game tonight, but is this one of those wins that we're going to look up in 2 months and it's going to be a heck of a win?
Oh, absolutely. And I think a lot of teams are scared to come play on true road games this early in the season just because you play so many in conference that are tough. But we came out here, we stuck to the game plan. I think you saw it early. We really locked them down early, and that helped us push us to the win late. So
it was obviously kind of a back and forth game, and it was kind of early, like midway to still kind of early in the second half. You hit a 3 that put you guys up 4, and it kind of led to you guys getting some separation. Tyson scored in transition there. What was it early in the second half after trailing at the half? I guess just talk about that stretch where you guys, I think it was a 10-0 run where you guys got up like 7 and then were able to hold them on at the end.
Yeah, I think that stretch was really important in us just kind of keeping that lead down the stretch. But I think Buzo's little stretch of when he had, I think, 8 in a row or something like that was kind of the key separator in that game. And he kind of really caught fire, took some tough shots. All of them were heavily guarded, and I think that really pushed us over the top there in that second half.
Down the stretch when the crowd, and I asked Buzo, but the crowd was getting into it.
Mm-hmm.
First real time this year, you guys have faced some adversity like that, and they're coming back and they tie it up. I mean, you guys were missing a few free throws. I mean, what was it? I think you went over 4 minutes without scoring a point down the stretch. What were you guys trying to do to stay in that and not let it get away from you?
Yeah, I think it's really tough. People don't realize how tough it is on the true road games when it gets loud and 10,000 people are just screaming. It's hard to hear the plays. It's hard to get peace of mind, stuff like that. So I think we did a really good job just kind of keeping our heads. We did miss a couple of free throws down the stretch, but that's going to happen. It's basketball, but we kind of fought through that, and we got the stops we needed down the stretch. And
you had some big free throws down the stretch as well.
Yeah.
Talk about there were two, and the game was tied that put them ahead, and then you iced it with the 1 second left. I mean, obviously you're a great free throw shooter, but how much do you enjoy kind of those opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, being a redshirt senior, I feel like that's the type of stuff I need to do to help this team win. I think the younger guys look up to me like that, so I kind of just felt like I needed to make those for the team in order to get this win on the road. I
mean, you look at the schedule you guys had, and you look at what your record is, and I know you're probably kicking yourselves over both the ones you lost, particularly the first one. But to be 8-2, to be 7 in a row, and to have the 4, top 60 wins you guys have. I mean, what can you say about this team and what you guys have done so far this early in the season?
Yeah, well, BJ, I don't like to look at that as those as bad losses, just because I feel like that could have propelled us to some of these wins we've gotten now, and I think these wins are more important than those losses in the long run. So I wouldn't change a thing about it. I think our record's perfect right now. We got 2 home games coming up, which will be big for us. Just got to take it one at a time, continue to take it one at a time, and just keep going. I think we're getting better every game.
As someone that's been here a long time, seen this program, to see what you guys did last year, and then to start the way you have this year and build on that. And when you're 1-2, there's people going, kind of question things. And you look at where you're at now, 8-2, 7 in a row, as I said. I mean, what does it say just about where this program is at? And it looks like you guys are, expect to win these games now.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing about it is if you look at our resume right now, we've kind of built a pretty good resume early. We got to win against Texas A&M. We got to win at St. Louis. We beat Colorado. Those were 3 really good teams. Loyal Chicago will be good in their league. Charlotte was a tough loss. They're 8-2. They're good. And then I think everyone on our schedule has been pretty tough, and I think our numbers are going to reflect that down the stretch this year, and they're going to see it, and they're going to be like, 6 quad 1 wins. Oh, these guys are a good seed. So I think we're really building a strong resume early, and I don't think people are realizing that until later in the season when we really have a bunch of good wins.
Going to be a pretty fun flight home tonight?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be awesome.
Hey, man, appreciate the time. Thanks for gracing us with your presence in one of the finest cities in America.
Absolutely.
Here, St. Louis.
It's a beautiful city. I love it here. It's awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Congrats on the win.
That one was for you, BJ.
Yep, thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Safe trip back. Max Rice, thanks him for joining us. Boise State again wins 57-52. Big win for Boise State. We'll go down some of the numbers here. You got Coach Rice talking to some of the players' parents here. Everybody's in a good mood after this one as Boise State wins 57-52. And again, it was a game, Boise State got up there with that 10-0 run midway through the second half. They led 42-35, and then SLU kind of slowly kept kind of coming back. It was 47-40 when Agbo hit a shot with 7:42 to go. And then, Agbo hit another huge 3 with 4:52 to go. That put them up at that point. That put them up 52-47. But Boise State went like over 4 minutes without scoring a point, and that was a huge stretch, I thought, where Boise State just struggled. The crowd was getting into it. The fans were coming back, and for Boise State to be able to hang on and get that win was huge. Some huge free throws down the stretch. Max Rice, it was a tie game with 45.3 seconds left. Max Rice hit a pair of free throws. And then he, after Shaver sorted a little bit from the line, you had Max Rice finish it with 1.2 seconds left to get Boise State the win. So we'll see if the KenPom numbers have been updated yet. And they have. Boise State is up to number 53 at KenPom. St. Louis now at number 60. So Boise State has wins over number 59 Washington State, number 51 Colorado, number 57 Texas A&M, and number 60 St. Louis. Now 4 top 60 KenPom wins for Boise State. They're up to 53, and they're on a roll right now. 7 wins in a row. They're 8-2 on the season, and Boise State. Everyone's asking for Jordan Kay to come on air. I got about 4 comments of him standing in the background. You want to give your thoughts real quick?
Great win.
Well said. Jordan K says great win. But had a great trip here. We were able to go to a hockey game. We did the brewery tour this morning. Took Jordan and Abe Jackson on the brewery tour. Had some fun doing that, and it's been a fun couple of days seeing my family. Went to my kids' hockey game today. Watched him obviously do his thing as the goalie for Team Zambronis. So it's been a fun couple of days. Jordan does have a way with words. Someone said there. So they're. It's just hard to kind of quantify this. So look at the schedule and look what they've done, and have 4 wins like that at this point in the season. You know, it just massive. And so Boise State will charter home tonight, and that'll be a nice, fun charter home for them. And Boise State, Earl Austin Jr., the best in the business right here. I think SLU is probably going to win the A-10. They're going to be a good team this year. So for Boise State, certainly this is going to be a win later in the season that's going to look very, very well for Boise State. So, man, it was a fun night, fun trip, fun night. Again, 57-52 the final. Tyson Degenhardt at 8 points, 6 rebounds. You had Marcus Shaver with 8 points. He was only 2 of 9 from the field, 1 for 5 from 3, as I said, 3 of 8 from the free throw line, but it does sound like he may have been dealing with some stuff. But Cody Gogler in the house. Shout out to Cody Gogler and to Nathan Burke from the compliance staff. They made the trip as well. So you had some senior high-ups in the athletic department making the trip here to support Boise State and see him get the win. You had a couple players' families. We saw R.J. Keaton's grandparents. He's over there talking to them right now, actually, as we speak. So kind of easy to celebrate a win like this and not be in a hurry to head out of here after you pick up a huge win. And again, Agbo was the star of the game, though, 18 points, and we're going to give him the Boucher Real Estate Player of the Game. Chibuzo Agbo, 18 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 3 of 5 from three-point range. And again, he just hit a couple huge shots down the stretch. That three-pointer that he hit with 4:52 to go to put Boise State up 5, I thought was a huge shot at that point in the game. And, you know, I know Marcus Shaver missed some free throws. Obviously, that's something you want to work on. It wasn't perfect. You went, 4 minutes without a point there down the stretch. But to be able to hang on and get that win, just absolutely massive win for Boise State. So, again, already 4 top 60 KenPom wins, 7 wins in a row. And they've got 2 home games coming up, Tuesday night against New Orleans and Sunday against Oakland. So 2 chances to win. You have a chance to run that winning streak to 9 games. And then you go to Santa Clara for a tough road game. Right now, they're favored to win by 3 at Santa Clara, according to KenPom, on December 22nd. So Boise State, again, wins this one. And it was, not in the way we've seen some of the wins, but it looked more like a last year game, to be honest with you, in terms of the defense, 57-52. You look at some of the other games that they've scored, they scored 86 against Texas A&M. They were in the 70s against Washington State, Loyola Chicago, 68 against Colorado. This was just a different style of game. It was one of those grinded out, lower scoring games, and it looks like Boise State is perfectly fine doing that. They hold St. Louis to 31% shooting from the field, and that Santa Clara lost to San Jose State today. Wow, I hadn't seen that. Yeah. Sam says it 100% looked like a last year game. I don't think Boise State wants to do that, and I don't think they're going to have to do that every game. I certainly think it's going to be a team that is going to be able to score some points, but I think they still have it in them when they've got to, make some stops and win one of these lower scoring games. I mean, the 2 teams missed their first 13 shots. It was 0 for 13 from the field before a three-pointer finally went down from Najee Smith to kind of start the scoring. San Diego State did lose to St. Mary's today, so maybe this Mountain West is wide open. I mean, maybe this is everyone kind of thinking that San Diego State was going to run away with this thing. That's necessarily maybe not the case, and so Boise State looks like they're definitely good enough to compete near the top of the Mountain West. And again, you got 7 wins in a row, and you got a chance to really get a streak going here. You got New Orleans and then Oakland. You're going to be looking at 10-2, and then you go to Santa Clara to wrap up, non-con play. And like I said, you got a chance to go into conference play 11-2 and on a 10-game winning streak when you go to Nevada. So this team is rolling right now, and this was a huge win. And like I said, the defense again did it today. SLU shoots 31% from the field, 18 of 58. St. Louis shoots just 31%. They were only 4 of 18 from three-point range. 22.2% was St. Louis from three-point range. The final rebounding numbers, we talked about that being a big key in the game. Boise State won the rebound margin, 43-42. So it was obviously a a lot of the key stats we looked at, Boise State did very well in. So they had 12 turnovers, but I think they only had 3 in the second half. I think Boise State had 9 turnovers in the first half. So Boise State took care of the ball in the second half and, made some shots when they needed to as well. And Jordan says they lost this game last year, still ahead of schedule. Before I forget, I want to thank Nate Lowry, the SID at Boise State, for helping out with all the interviews and things tonight. They're trying to hurry and charter back, and Nate was nice enough to give us Coach Rice and 2 players. So we appreciate Nate and Boise State staff for their help getting the interviews to you guys, and we really appreciate the Coach Rice and the basketball staff and program for giving us the access they do on these road trips. So we truly do appreciate that. And hopefully you guys, enjoying the access as well. But again, 7 in a row. Looking at some of the other numbers here as, again, Boise State wins 7 in a row. The Broncos were one of their last 11 from the field, and they don't get a field goal in the last 4:52. How about that? Boise State makes one of their last 11 shots from the field. They don't get a bucket in the last 4:52, and they hang on to win this game, mostly because of their defense and some rebounding and some key free throw shooting from Max Rice down the stretch. So it was a very nice win for Boise State. Now you have Coach Rice meeting R.J. Keene's family. So he's making the rounds with all the players' parents and families here. And again, you're not plenty of time to stay and celebrate if you're Boise State after a win like this, because you're feeling good here. Lost this game last year, still ahead of schedule. Oh, definitely. I mean, just think back, guys, after that Charlotte game. Thursday, November 17th, so about 3.5 weeks ago, we're at Myrtle Beach, and Boise State falls to Charlotte. They score 11 points in the first half. 11 points in the first half, and people are wondering, okay, they're 1-2. What's going on with the program? What was, is this going to be, was last year a one-year wonder, that kind of thing? And they haven't lost since, which, by the way, was the time they moved Najee Smith into the starting lineup. So that was something that can't be overlooked as well. And I thought Mo Silla provided some huge minutes for Boise State down in this game, particularly in the second half as well. But he had 4 points. He had a big dunk, which was a huge play. He made both his free throw attempts. He had 4 rebounds. And I thought Mo Silla giving 15 minutes was huge. I mean, Lucas Milner only played 4 minutes. He wasn't getting it done. They went to Mo, and Mo obviously took advantage of it and played very, very well in this game. So that was a very encouraging sign to see what you got from him. But you had 36 minutes from Degenhart, 35 from Max Rice, 32 from Agbo, 33 from Shaver, 25 from Najee Smith. Sadan Ganga played 3 minutes. Jace Whiting, 16 minutes, and had a nice bucket. I think they called goaltending on the one that he was driving to the bucket. And as I said, 4 minutes from Lucas Milner. So Boise State wins this game despite shooting 30.5% from the field. Again, 30.5% from the field. That maybe happened last year, but I bet Nate doesn't know how often that happened, where Boise State shoots 30.5% from the field and wins the game. That's pretty rare. And so that was 7 of 23, by the way, from 3. Boise State just 30.4%. And it wasn't much better. Even in the second half, it was 32%. It was 4 of 10 from 3 in the second half. They did make a couple shots when they needed to. Not a lot of fouls in this game, by the way. I guess it finished up 17-19. The second half, Boise State had 10 fouls. But overall, only 12 turnovers for Boise State. As I said, I think it was 3 in the second half. And give them credit on Yuri Collins, man. The dude still scored 17 points. Let's not, ignore that. 17 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. But 5 of 16 from the field. He was only at 1 of 3 from three-point range, 6 of 8 from the foul line. But for Yuri Collins, only had 4 assists in this game. And the big one was 8 turnovers. I thought 8 turnovers on Yuri Collins. They really got up on him. They made some, plays to make him feel a little uncomfortable. He had a couple of bad passes. He was sped up a little bit. So, I thought the defense on Yuri Collins was massive tonight for Boise State. So, again, huge road win. We gave our player of the game to Chibuzo Agbo. Don't forget to check out Bauscher Real Estate, the #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. BauscherRealEstate.com. Our friend Matt Bauscher, the Blue and Orange Store. Free shipping, any order over $40. Make sure to check them out for the perfect Christmas gift, the BlueandOrangeStore.com. And, of course, Ridley's Family Markets, 13 locations. Find the one near you, shopridleys.com. They got the at-home shopping, the Skip app, the home delivery, all the newest technology to make your shopping experience easier. Ridley's Family Markets. If you got any final comments, thoughts on this one, thoughts on this team moving forward, feel free to let us know. Otherwise, we can get out of here in a little bit. But again, they're turning some of the lights off on us. You go ahead. Boise State wins this one. Final score 57-52. 14 from Max Rice. Again, I thought he hit a couple of huge shots. We shouldn't overlook that. 14 points. He had a huge three in the second half that gave Boise State the lead, helped extend the lead, actually, when Boise State was up one, I think, and then was able to kind of do some things there to kind of get the lead going. I think that was part of a 10-0 run that put him up by 7. So just a huge win for Boise State again. And we got some. How is Boise State not getting any votes? They may next week. Who knows? Boise State, has Boise State ever had back-to-back NCAA tournament appearances? I don't think that. I think the answer to Nate Lowry coming through again, the answer is no on that. We got Jace playing tough D. He protected the rim. Yeah, I thought Mo Silla did do a pretty good job doing that as well. That was impressive, man. I thought Mo gave you you got to feel confident now putting Mo in the game in some of this big-time stretch. So that steal near the end was huge by Max Rice. So, yeah, that was a big play. Mama Keen saying we will get some votes here shortly. Probably will. Appreciate Mama Keen for watching. And, again, huge wins over. I'll take the final one there. Nope, actually, those are all good. You can have those, sorry. Colorado, Washington State, Loyola, St. Louis. Yeah, some huge wins. Again, the Charlotte loss, the South Dakota State loss, are probably going to hold some teams off. But at some point here, with some of the wins you're picking up, St. Louis, A&M, Colorado, you're going to have to find yourselves. Nate Lowry, appreciate it, man. Safe travels back. Thank you. He's got a nice hop to his step after that one as he heads off. Boise State picking up a nice win, 57-52. Boise State team bus getting ready to depart for the St. Louis International Airport. And then they'll be heading back on the nonstop charter back to Boise. That's going to be a nice flight home to get home tonight after a win like that. So let's see if we got another look at the stats. The arena's kind of clearing out here. I'm in no rush to get off if we have folks that are wanting to make some comments or any last-minute suggestions. If you're new and you're not sure what we are here at Bronco Nation News, we hope you'll consider subscribing. I'll throw a plug in for that. $70 gets you one-time fee. $70 gets you a full year subscription. You get all of our exclusive interviews with our recruits. You get BNN After Dark exclusive shows. You get exclusive columns and stories like the story I'll write after this one about Boise State continuing to impress here with these wins. And you can, if you subscribe, you get entered in the grand prize to win a private jet for two to Las Vegas in January for the basketball game there. And who knows, at that point, Boise State may be ranked and on like a 15-game winning streak. So that wouldn't be a game you don't want to miss. So thanks to our sponsors for the contest. And if you're on the fence, hopefully you'll consider subscribing because we feel like that's a really good deal. And we got a lot of exclusive content, and it helps kind of pay for the road trips and the things that we're doing. Let's see here. Is St. Louis a team you cheer for? No, I'm from St. Louis, but never really was a big Billikens fan. Didn't go to school here. Larry Hughes days, obviously followed him back in the day, but certainly that was, they're not the team that I followed. I went to Kansas, and that was more the team that I rooted for. Brandon wondering if the Broncos are a tournament team now if they finish top 4. Yeah, I mean, they're certainly going to be in the mix. I mean, if you look at a bracket, come Monday, you might have to have a Boise State at least in the bracket or close to being in the bracket now. With what they've done. So, yeah, I think they're certainly moving in the right direction, and they have 4 kind of quality wins that are going to help them down the stretch. Major shame that South Dakota State isn't playing everyone like they played us. Yeah, that's going to be one that stings. If you make a couple free throws, you win that game. That is becoming a trend that you don't like to see with Marcus Shaver Jr. missing some free throws. He missed 2 in that game, which hurt him, and then obviously missed a couple tonight. I think he missed 3 of 4 in the final minute or 2 that almost cost him tonight. James says, long flight on a Saab 2000 tonight, but nice to travel in style. Hadn't seen what the plane looks like, but hey, appreciate you. Appreciate you guys. Michael Johnson does an outstanding job. He's given us he's the director of operations as they're heading out. The team is heading out to the airport, and they'll be heading back tonight. So impressive win again for Boise State. You can read my column. You can read Jordan Kay's column in the Idaho Press tomorrow. My former employer. Nice to see Jordan make the trip for the Idaho Press, and you can read his story in the paper tomorrow. And we are broadcasting from the Cutwater Canned Cocktail Studios. More than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails. You can find the flavor that suits your needs, and tonight would be a perfect night to crack one open after this one. Your local gas station or grocery store has like 2 for $7, and I recommend the Mai Tai as my drink of choice right now. If you're looking, if you're looking for lower insurance for your business, check out United Commercial Insurance, UnitedCommercialInsurance.com. They make business insurance easy. 229-8222, and they can lower your rate. They can write policies in 44 states around the country, so make sure you check out United Commercial Insurance. If you're looking for a dentist, check out Boise Dentistry Co., BoiseDentistryCo.com, locations across the Treasure Valley, from Mountain Home to Caldwell and everywhere in between. Dr. Miner and his staff offer full family dentistry, and they do a tremendous job, so we encourage you to check them out if you're looking for a new dentist. Support the sponsors, folks, BoiseDentistryCo.com. If you're looking for a new job, how about becoming a truck driver? TranscomService.com. They can help you with all the permits and things you need to get out there towing that first load in no time, whether it be the Amazon truck in your neighborhood or this big rig on the screen. Check out TranscomService.com. Again, we thank Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com, for sponsoring our road trip coverage, helping pay to get us on the road here. Make the switch today, ICCU.com. You will not be disappointed. The mobile app, it's all so easy to use, so check them out. Idaho Central Credit Union. Lithia Ford of Boise, LithiaFordBoise.com. They have the full inventory of vehicles there on the website, and then you can find the vehicle you want and go make the purchase and be on your way. LithiaFordBoise.com. I highly recommend you check them out. And, of course, our title sponsor, last but certainly not least, RowPaint.com. They're offering 15% off right now any interior home painting in the Treasure Valley. 15% off. If you want to get the inside of your home painted, 15% off. Just use the promo code BNN15. BNN15 is the promo code, and help out. They want to make sure their advertising is working, so they're doing this code for multiple reasons, and we want to get them some business, let them know their advertising is working. So please consider using them, or at least getting a price quote. Tell them you heard about it, Bronco Nation News, and use that promo code BNN15 on rowpaint.com, and that's the website, and roepaint.com. They are the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics. We got any final comments coming in? Click the thumbs up, guys. Show BJ some love. Yeah, appreciate that. If you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, we are trying to build that YouTube channel up. We would love if you could subscribe on there. And it's at the bottom of your screen somewhere. If you're watching on Facebook, like James, head on over to YouTube next time. That's easier to watch and comment. And we'd love to keep building up the YouTube channel. So we appreciate you if you are watching on Facebook, but would love for you to subscribe on YouTube as well. So we'll get a post-game story written a little bit later tonight on this game, and we'll make the trip back to Boise tomorrow. We got Andy Avalos, Dirk Cutter, Spencer Danielson meeting with the media on Monday as we kick off game week for the bowl game. We'll have the game Tuesday night. Boise State on Tuesday plays against New Orleans at 7 o'clock, and then early morning flight Wednesday down to Frisco for the bowl game. So no rest for the weary here. We got to cover football and basketball. So we'll head tomorrow to Boise for 2 days, and then turn around and go right back to Texas for the bowl game. So we'll have you covered every basketball game, every football game. Bronco Nation News will be there home or road to keep you up to date with what's becoming a heck of a story here. Boise State, 8-2 on the season, 7 wins in a row, and up to number 53 at Ken Pom. Appreciate everybody for the comments on the safe travels, and appreciate everybody for watching the show and liking and hopefully subscribing. If you want to win that private jet trip for 2 to Las Vegas, go subscribe. $70 for a one-time fee, and we'll hook you up with some exclusive content. We're interviewing the recruits right now. So some of the 2023 recruits that are about to sign in 2 weeks, we just had Kai Taylor go up, and we got some others as well. Some exclusive interviews with the recruits as well. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. I'll get to writing my story, and we will get that posted on the site as well. But a fun night here at Chaifetz Arena, fun trip to St. Louis, and it culminates with a big win for Boise State, 57-52. The Broncos get a big win. They're now 4 wins in the top 60 at Ken Pom, 7 in a row, 8-2, as I said, and they'll be back in action Tuesday night against New Orleans. So big night for Chibuzo Agbo, big night for Max Rice, big night for the Broncos. Have a good rest of your Saturday evening. Appreciate everybody for checking us out. Hope you'll continue to make Bronco Nation News your stop for the latest Boise State coverage. And again, Monday morning, I'll be back with John Mallory from Boise, 9 a.m., bright and early with John Mallory from Boise as we talk more about this win and kick off game week for the Frisco Bowl next week against North Texas. So have a great night. Go drink a Cutwater. Appreciate your support. And thank all of our sponsors, rowpaint.com, Idaho Central Credit Union, Lithia Ford of Boise, everybody else. Have a great night. Final score again from I almost said Extra Mile Arena, from Chaifetz Arena. Boise State wins at 57-52. My name is BJ Rains, and I hope you have a great night. We'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News, BroncoNationNews.com.